Hello, my name is Jasmin. I currently live a 1-hour drive away from Berlin. Welcome to my art channel. Here I thrive to uncover my artistic side. In fact, I love this season. The air is clear, cold, and how is a season not one to get cozy? So, let's enjoy some art together. We are looking at this piece here, which is the Queen of Swords, and I sketched this out quite a long time ago, but I haven't really gotten to finish it. Like, a lot of work I do is sketching and then not finishing it. So basically what we'll do, this has like an ornamental stone thing going on, and then there's the classic Queen of Swords, which has some clouds. I will include this here where the background stops, kinda. So I will have some fog going on. Then she has her sword, but she's like an active Queen of Swords. She's not like sitting on the throne. And the Queen of Swords symbolism is continued with the butterfly. And I'm also looking up how to do those butterflies. I will just include some maybe over here. And some of this hair I need to define some more until I can go to continue inking. So right now I think we will stick with pencils. So let's get started. I'd rather pull up some podcasts or music. It depends on the situation. So in the first step I started to refine some of the hair of my character because I didn't do so before. I just went with the flow at this point. I use a mono eraser. It's one of the best erasers in my opinion you can use. A thicker one and a thinner one for fine areas, so I can go in and refine some lines or remove stuff I don't like quite easily. So the next day I started to working on some butterflies. I decided to also include in the painting and work on getting them ready for the next steps. Here on the side I was using some references of blue butterflies to define how the form of my own butterflies would be drawn, and because I not usually draw a lot of animals, I just try to get a grasp of how they are looking. So maybe I should sit down and talk a little bit about myself. I am currently expecting my first child, and that got me thinking about life quite a bit. How you want to live, how you want to be an example in your behavior, values and decisions. Let's say I can confidently say that my child is like a catalyst for self-reflection in this regard. Art has stuck with me all my life. The first time I stumbled upon a comic book in a local bookstore of pretty much rural Germany was when I was around 13 years old, and that was the moment I heard myself in my head, oh, I want to do this too. A lot of time in my teens I dedicated to learn drawing a lot. I drew a lot, but as I grew into my 20s, the general consensus of society back then, and even to some degree to this day, has been, it never struck me as a possible profession. And also, at that time, I didn't have either the self-awareness or rebellious nature enough as to choose an alternative conclusion. In the end, life led me to different paths, and but I never fully stopped creating. Art to me is something magical, like a gift, something that haunts you until you look its way. So after finishing the butterflies, I was thinking about adding some botanical elements to the background, maybe some flowers or something like that. So I checked up on my reference book if there's something standing out to me, but in the end I decided to just wing it myself, and I didn't use a particular flower for continuing this drawing. And here you can already see that there's two different layers added to the background. We decided to take a walk today, but look at the mess of our shoes. The sun is shining, so we are going to take a walk. And I slept really badly. I wake up like 5 times to go to the bathroom, and then this morning I took 1 hour nap after my breakfast, and now we're walking a bit. We're back in the studio. We're back at home, and my drawing is now in a state, I would say, where we can move on to inking. It will take a lot of time, I think, but I think I can make good progress if I pull myself together and just go for it. Actually, I really like doing ink. Now I added some layers to the background, and it means that I should be careful with what I'm inking first, and that's why I probably start with the background. And I think it will turn out fine, but I'm always a little bit anxious, not while I'm doing it, but before I'm doing it. I'm getting anxious that I would mess up some lines and stuff, but even if that happens, there's still white ink you can use to like render those mistakes, but it doesn't look nice. Only digitalized, I would say, you can really make it that you don't see any mistake, but in case if you want to have the original on the wall, you would see if there's like, if you go near it, that there are some corrections with white ink. So I tend to try not to do any mess ups, major ones. And yeah, let's see how far I'm going. It's now 2 p.m. so I'll try to do at least 2 hours or 3. It's 11:30 in the evening. Of course, I didn't draw like non-stop, but I've made some progress and I'm almost done with the background. There's just a little bit left on the side over there. For the parts which are left to do, I will do this on a different day and I will capture this in shorts, so in case I'm not continuing to film all the progress on this piece, you will see it in the shorts coming up. And I also added in the background another layer of some structure, like plant structure, just to give it a little bit more depth from afar. I'm pretty exhausted. And this leads me to now. Like, the artwork I'm currently working on is a series of like symbolic tarot inspired ink line work pieces, which I create with my comfort medium, which is inks. And this is highly inspired by my beginning of my art journey. Like, I always wanted to create manga kind of before. I kind of have some illustration tendencies, I would say. Also this year, number B. So I started to pick up oil painting, which is to find, which I did to find a new body of work, which leans more into the fine arts. So for me, this is a huge experiment still, and I have no idea where it will take me, but it's quite tough for me because I'm used to drawing horizontally a lot more on paper. Like, even when I used colors like gouache or something else, it usually was how the pigments work is a little bit new. Maybe if you have tried it before, you will understand that it's very different from water-soluble paint. But on the other hand, it has some qualities which I really liked to discover more. So I will see where this takes me, and I want to find out what I can really do. So in the last part of the year, I have geared up with this very small studio space, like desk and easel, and some new brushes, of course, to go on the painting and creating more, especially going into parental leave, and find out what I am capable of doing. So the prospect of this channel is still quite unclear, not 100%. I mean, it will keep me a little more accountable, I think, and I will try to post regularly and maybe even some shorts in between. Time creating art is a time well invested. So if you are younger or older than me, it doesn't really matter. If you're interested in following this art journey of mine, then feel free to subscribe. Or even if you just need some company while doing your own creative progress, it's always nice to see that from other people. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask away in the comments. Bye, see you next time.